Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Thank you for being here. Before I begin to make some remarks about my education platform this morning, which was the reason that we invited you here, I want to take a moment to remember the life and work of Judy Bar Topinka, someone who I served with in the Illinois Senate, someone who was a mentor to me, an office mate to me, and someone who helped me approve legislation that has impacted the lives of many people in the state of Illinois. So as we convene here to discuss public policy, I want to pay tribute to a woman who certainly made her mark on Illinois, advanced the cause of women's rights and equality, and an outstanding public service. We will miss her for years to come. Thank you very much. This morning, we are gathering to talk about my education platform as it relates to public education in the city of Chicago. This is a very important topic for me, as education affects the lives of people and is critical to the advancement of the city, especially of children, low-income families, and everyone in general. If Chicago is to be a city that offers opportunity and prosperity for everyone, improving our public schools is paramount. This morning, I want to talk about the elected school board, as I think it is paramount in terms of an education platform that is critical to improving the city schools. The elected school board referendum will be on over 30 wards in the February 24th election. This is an important opportunity for citizens all over the city of Chicago to chime in on an issue which affects over 400,000 children in the city of Chicago. It affects parents, and it's closely linked to whether our neighborhoods can be safer or not. Education is critical, and this morning, I essentially, instead of reading to you a long statement that I have prepared that we have distributed to you, I want to tell you several things. First of all, that after the referendum is reviewed by voters and they have a chance to chime in on February the 24th, when I'm elected mayor, one of my first actions will be to go to Springfield, work with the state legislature on changing the law so that Chicago public schools can join the rest of the state in instituting an elective school board. I feel that this is a priority for improving public education, for engaging the public in a democratic process as it relates to a democratically elected school board. An elected school board is about inclusion, it is about democracy, it is about accountability. It's about bringing people together to improve public education. I believe that if we had an elected school board, we never would have had the massive school closings that we experience in Chicago schools and the hurt that has come from it, the devastation especially in the affected communities. So I would go to Springfield, seek to change the legislative outcome and ensure that there is an elected school board. Secondly, if for any reason the legislature should fail to act on the matter of an elected school board, I would pursue a federal court case. I believe that this is about constitutional rights and that if necessary, we would go to the federal courts asking them to intervene in this matter, as they have intervened, for example, in matters relating to Voting Rights Act. The federal courts have a history of becoming involved when institutions that affect people's everyday lives fail to respond to people's needs. Just as we have gone to the federal courts in relation to protecting the Voting Rights Act of minorities in the city of Chicago, I would pursue a constitutional challenge to ensure that the federal courts permit the citizens of Chicago to have an elected school board. This is important as schools touch the everyday lives of people everywhere in the city of Chicago. Beginning tomorrow, we are going to be discussing additional measures to improve public education and schools in the city of Chicago, but at the top of that list of priorities to improve public education is the urgent need to have an elected school board in the city of Chicago. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Any questions?
Or you say that this would never happen, the school building would never happen, but you also say that you can't say that you'd reopen any of the schools. Why not? If it was such a bad thing, why not reopen some?
Well, we would have to take a look at the implications of that. You know, the schools have only become more strapped for cash year after year. The charter mania course that has been pursued by this administration has only made the cash shortage more of a severity as it relates to many schools. And at this juncture, I'm not prepared to say that I would open up all of those schools. We would be open to recommendations and to engaging those communities, but making a blanket statement that we would reopen those schools, I think, would be irresponsible.
But you won't even say you'd open a few. Would you open even a few of them?
We would take a look to see if there is merit and if there are enough resources to consider that.
If you're saying that money is one of the key problems for schools, if you were elected, what would you do to be able to raise more money? How would you infuse cash?
Well, we're going to address school improvement at a press conference that we'll have tomorrow. We're going to talk about revenues and the future of public education in Illinois. Chicago isn't the only school district facing severe financial shortages. Many other school districts are in the same boat, but Chicago should have an elected school board as the rest of Illinois does. I think the mayor would be a leader that engaged school communities, that would be involved with parents, that would be involved with local school councils, with other education leaders who care about the future of public education. I would also be a champion for public education, as I have been a beneficiary of public education, the first in my family to attend college. I believe that turning the decision-making authority to an elected school board is part of democracy. It's part of being inclusive and ensuring accountability. We've had mayoral control of school board appointments for a long, long time. I believe that it's time to join the rest of the state in having a democratically elected school board.
Can you say how you feel about Mayor Fernandez's decision to give cab drivers relief in other forms, but not to raise the fares? Should you be raising the fare to help these cabbies, given the fact that the fare has been the same for 10 years?
Today, I'm going to be discussing education matters. We will be addressing the cab situation as we move forward. Thank you.
Your thoughts on Laura Inouye dropping out of the race and saying now she's going to back the race?
I don't think it has much of a bearing on the race. While I welcome endorsements of elected officials and other mayoral candidates, I think the most important endorsement is that of the voters, and that's why we're addressing public policy issues today and during the week, especially as it pertains to public education. Sí, muy buenos días a todos los miembros de la prensa. Esta mañana estamos convocando a esta rueda de prensa para informar al público que entre las prioridades en cuanto a la educación de una administración encabezada por un alcalde, Garcia, la prioridad sería ir a la legislatura estatal para buscar que la legislatura tome cartas en el asunto de establecer una junta de educación que es elegida democráticamente. creo que es una de las prioridades más importantes en el estado de Illinois, ya que la ciudad de Chicago es la única entidad que no tiene una junta de educación electa. Al mismo tiempo, en tal caso de que la legislatura no respondiera favorablemente a mi petición, consideraría tomar acción legal en las Cortes Federales para cambiar el sistema y permitir que los electores en la ciudad de Chicago tengan la habilidad de elegir a una junta democráticamente elegida.